everyone, so I was invited to participate in this collab about teaching children generosity and kind of like what my personal experience is being a mom. So there are a lot of other people that are doing this collab, so I'm going to leave all the channels linked down below. Make sure you go check them out and subscribe to their channels if you're not already. So as some of you may or may not know, I'm a mom of a 6-year-old boy, and I joke sometimes that I think Connor kind of suffers from like only child syndrome, because there are times that I kind of notice that he's like a little stingy about things, mostly when it comes to candy. Like a good example would be if we are out and about and he gets like a little bag of candy, and if my husband or I are like, hey Connor, can I have a piece? He'll be like, no, you know, he doesn't want to share it. And it's something where we're like, Connor, you know, we're not asking for the whole bag or for half of the bag. We only, you know, we only want one piece. And so trying to get him to be a little bit more understanding of like sharing is good and, you know, things like that. Then on other occasions, he's super generous. Like there's so many times that I'll be, you know, sitting on the couch like watching TV or something, and he'll just come out of nowhere with like a bottle of water or like a little brownie or some kind of little treat and be like, here you go, mommy. Or he'll like bring me a blanket or something, and he'll just be so super sweet. And so that's why I feel like he does have the potential to be super generous. It's just maybe not with his like Sour Patch gummies, he's not. But I do feel like it's probably something that we should work on a little bit more with him. I'm so bad. I used to be really good about giving Connor an allowance like every single week and having him do his chores and things like that. He still does his chores, but I'm not as good lately about actually like going and giving him money and things like that. I've been kind of slacking on it. And then whenever we go to church on the weekends, I would give him some money, like a couple of dollars to put in his pocket to, because whenever they're in Sunday school, the Sunday school preacher will pass around like a little bucket where all the kids can put their little tithes. And there's been more than one occasion where I pick up Connor after Sunday school and I'll say, okay, did you give Mr. you know, so-and-so that your dollars? And he'll pull it out of his pocket and say, oh no, I forgot. And I'm like, Connor, I'm like, I don't think you forgot. I think you just didn't do it. And so we have to go find the Sunday school teacher and, you know, have him put it in the little bucket and things like that. So it's definitely an area that I feel like I should probably work on. I'm not as like crazy intense about it right now just because he is 6, you know, so I think it's the perfect time to, you know, start. But I'm not like super concerned that he's not, you know, doesn't have a giving heart. I think what will really be helpful is, and I've been needing to do this forever, is I really want to order Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace Junior kit that has the different envelopes or like the different little buckets for the save, spend, give, and really get back in the habit of doing that. Like I said, I used to give Connor his commission every single week, but the last few months, I just haven't done it, honestly. It's like, I guess because whenever I go to the bank, I always forget to ask for like single dollar bills, and they'll just give me like 20 because I usually give them $5 a week. And so I just got out of the habit of doing it. And so it's definitely something I need to pick back up on, because giving is something that's super important to me. And I received a list of a couple of questions to kind of like give us ideas as far as this collab and kind of things to talk about. And one of it says, include any examples of memorable experiences you have surrounding generosity in your family. And so for me, like, I love random acts of kindness. I always think that's like so nice. There's been a couple of occasions like just throughout my life where, you know, we'll go out to eat and someone is in the restaurant, either they're anonymous or it's somebody that we know that pays for our dinner. And I just think things like that are just so nice. And so it's things like that that I really want to teach Connor. Like, it's not necessarily the dollar amount at the end of the month that you're writing a check for and giving away. It could just be your time, you know, it could just be you going and volunteering your time at, whether it be at the church or at a school or things like that, a local park, you know, like just doing good for others. So it's not necessarily a dollar amount. I mean, your time is probably more valuable than anything. And so that's something I really do want to work on with Connor, just getting him kind of in that routine and that habit of, you know, realizing that giving, it's just part of life, and it's just something that we need to do, again, whether it's with your money or if it's with your time. The thing I really love about Dave Ramsey's plan is that, of course, he's really big about financial peace and financial responsibility and, you know, paying off our debt and getting us, our families, you know, in a better position financially. But he's also really big about spreading generosity and giving, and that's something that, you know, you eventually need to really be generous about. And I love, there's a line in his book where he talks about giving and how important it is. He said, because, you know, after you make all your money and you've been financially, you know, established for years and years, like, you know, if you're not giving, you start to get to a place where you basically, it's like not really that fun anymore. And the line that he says is that eventually the lobster will start tasting like soap. Like, you only have so much lobster. You can only indulge so much in your own life where it's not really fun anymore. So instead of continuing to indulge in yourself, why don't you take those resources and put them towards something else? So again, you can be giving with your church, or you can be giving with your community. And I think as parents, it's our responsibility to teach those same habits to our children, which again, I'm not being very good about right now. I'll totally admit that. I think I'm just gonna play the card of like, oh, we're just so busy, we don't have time for that. Well, it's important because I feel like it's a responsibility that I have to my son to help teach him about generosity and giving. So it's something that, again, I need to work on, and I will probably this week, honestly, order that Financial Peace Junior kit, and to get like the little envelopes to save, spend, give, and things like that, and really get back on that habit, because again, I've been really bad lately, but it's something that's super important. And again, it's my responsibility to teach him those things. So I think that's all I have for you guys. Again, there's a lot of other people doing this collab, so please go make sure you go check them out. And thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.